Before the video starts, I want to make it known that I am sick while recording my voiceover. I have to get this video out before ARTFIGHT begins, so please be respectful. Without further ado, let's get started.
Alright, so the first character on the list is my OC, Locke. She is based off of Sherlock Holmes, and as the video continues, you can also notice she's inspired by Fallon from Delicious in Dungeon. Obviously, if there's a Fallon, there has to be a Marcel, and we'll talk about that character next, but for right now we're focused on Locke. Locke is one of my Locke is one of the two of my Genshin OCs, and I know there's already a character like Locke who is also getting a detective skin, but I made her before all of that came out. Now you may also be wondering how I came up with her name. Some may think it's because of the Locke part from Sherlock's name, but it's actually from the John Locke ship, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but hey, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Lore-wise, as you expect, she's a detective placed in Fontaine. Her attitude is more based on the Sherlock from BBC. I'm pretty sure she's the only OC without a sad backstory. Like, she has a mom, a dad, a good job, a great group of friends, and she has a girlfriend. So she's the happiest lass I could think of. However, why did I write that? Anyways, you can see that she has wings on the side of her head, and no, she's not like Linnea, which I'm pretty sure she's like a changeling or whatever. I don't know, I haven't played Genshin in like a year. She's just a regular old She's just a regular old she's just a regular old barn owl. As I mentioned earlier, she has a girlfriend whose name is Raven. I won't get into too much detail since I'll be talking about her next, but how they basically met was during an investigation that Raven got pulled into. Locke was like, this person seems smart, I'll pull her into my case about the mystery killer from the sewers. And so they became friends. During the investigation, Raven started to catch feelings for Locke, but obviously Locke already figured out Raven was crushing on her because she's a loser and a bum. She's not good at hiding her feelings. So when Raven came forward about her feelings, Locke notices how sincere Raven is, and then she starts to catch feelings. And so they go on a date with her, and they live happily ever after. Editing Arvin here. I realize I don't have a lot to talk about Locke, so I'm just gonna speed this up, and yeah.
Go, 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 go! Gotta go fast! Gotta go fast! Gotta go faster, 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 faster! Moving at the speed of sound, quickest hedgehog around. Got ourselves a situation.
Now, this OC is my favorite to talk about. She's the oldest OC of 5 years. Raven is a little complicated. She's an elf, an avian, an orphan, an archer, a bard. She's basically Barbie, but is wanted for the Fatui! Her story is a lot. When Raven was born, she had an older brother named Kugutsu, but he was born with a curse that contained Oni blood, so he's like Ito appearance-wise. Years later, when Raven was born, she was born with the same curse, but with a Deptai blood instead, which gave her wings, hence where she got her name. Obviously, her parents were freaked out about it, and they made them feel ashamed for their children, and it became pretty abusive. And Kagutsu did not appreciate that, so he took Raven outside and burned the house down, which gave him a pyrovision. And then the two of them lived in an orphanage for a while. And then they got adopted by the doctor. Time goes by, and now Raven is a co-captain of the tour, while Kagutsu is captain. Also, FYI, Raven is 15 and Kagutsu is 24 during this time. But Raven then discovered that Kagutsu went missing. And so Raven went out to find him, found him dying in the woods. And he's like, carry on my legacy. Go to Mondstadt and live freely. And then he died. And then that gave Raven her animo vision. And thus her journey to Mondstadt began. She has a long ass story with many twists and turns, and I'm currently in the middle of writing it all on a 45-page document, and all of that is a story for another time. Now, this was the first reference sheet that I actually worked on. Locke wasn't the first. It's just when I downloaded all of the speed paints, they all got jumbled up. And since this one was the first, I don't really like this one a lot, but hey, this took me 4 hours. I'm not gonna redraw all of that. I like the method I used for my next one, which is my D&D character, Tomai. I used the mirror tool and everything came out like really smooth and nice. I like that one a lot better than this one, but this is my girl Raven. I think she's really cute. So I don't actually have a lot to say about this guy. I just recently made him 2 years ago for a campaign that I eventually dropped out of. And I just recently played him a few days ago actually, but I still got some stuff to talk about. So Tomai is a rogue tiefling bard. He kind of has the same energy as Jester from the Mighty Nine, but the personality of Ace from Twisted Wonderland. He proclaims that he's the best thief in the world, but whenever someone doubts him, he gets all defensive and actually pulls off a robbery just to prove to his haters that he is the best. The funny thing about his design is that his hair is supposed to be similar to Asmodeus from OM Nightbringer, because I really like his hairstyle. But when I drew this picture of him to practice his hair, my dear friend noticed that he has a 1-to-1 recreation of Hunter from the Owl House. And this is 100% an accident. I did not mean for this to happen. So I just want to make it known that I did not copy his design off Hunter. The entire thing was just pulled from my brain and the whole thing is a coincidence.